A problem on Venn diagrams, and this problem has actually thrown many students off. And I think it's the language of the problem that often confuses us in this problem. So a Venn diagram, again, that's just a diagram that uses shapes to show when two groups or more have something in common. That's this area in here where our two groups or our two circles intersect. And these two circles each represent a different group. So in this problem we have two groups, because we have two circles. And one group is students who participate in football. It says it right here that 33 students participate in football and 24 students participate in track. There are 8 students who participate in both sports. Use the list above to complete the Venn diagram in the space below. Be sure to title the diagram, so let's do that first. And this is students in sports. We can just keep it short and simple. As long as we include the title, we'll be okay. Label each circle. So let's decide, let's make this circle right here the group that plays football. It's our football circle. And then let's make this circle right here the group that runs in track. So the people that are in track. Okay, so we labeled each circle. Place a number in each section of the diagram. Now this is where it gets a little bit tricky. I suggest always starting in this part right here. This is, I would draw an arrow and say this is for both groups, because we know that here it says there are 8 students who participate in both sports, so we put an 8 there. We don't want to rush and put a 33 in this section of the circle for football, and this is where I think things get confusing. And I think they should be more explicit here in their language, but what they're saying is a total of 33 students participate in football. That means that's everybody. There's no one else who's in football. There are exactly 33 people in football. What does that mean? Well, that means if there are 8 people that already like football, that's this group right here. Right? There are 8 people who like football and track, and 8 of them are already counted. There has to be, well, there were 33 in total, we already counted 8, 25 left who just like football, because together the 8 and the 25 has to equal all 33 students in football. If we put a 33 here, that would mean that there were 33 and 8 or 41 students in football, which is almost what they're saying right here. But the way they're phrasing this question, when they say a total of 33 students participate in football, that means everybody, that's the total. So we can't go over that number. Now for the students who are in track, well, we know that there are 24 students who, a total of 24 students are in track. Well, that's everybody, all 24, and we've already counted 8, so there are 24 minus the 8 that we counted left, or it's 16 students who we haven't mentioned yet. So there are 16 students here in track. So it says, what is the total number of students who participate in these sports? Well, it's the 16 who just like the 25 who just like football, that's this chunk of the circle over here. The 8 who like both, and the 16 who just like track. That's this part of the circle here. So we add those 3 groups, you get 25 plus 8 plus 16. Now, 8 and 16 is 24. 25, we haven't added that yet, plus 24 is 49. So I'm counting 49 students who participate in sports at this school. Be careful, it's not just 33 and 24 and 8, because 8 is being double counted if you add it that way. We only want to include those students once, that group that is in both sports. So again, start with the center section, the intersection, that's the area that represents both. And then fill in the chunk that's just for one group, the football in this case, and then just track for the other. And that just means that these 25 people are just in football, not in track, and these 16 are just in track, not in football, but these 8 are in both. And all we did to get these numbers, 25 and 16, is subtract the amount of students that are in both sports from the total groups. All right, hope that helped.